Hi guys, this is Kip, and I wanted to share with you today an activity called the One Word Challenge. Now this is not my activity, it's an activity that I got from a guy by the name of John Gordon. He wrote a book called The Energy Bus. Our athletic director, Mike Rose, has shared a lot of his stuff with us, and right around the new year he shared with us this One Word Challenge. And for me, it was just kind of a way to replace New Year's resolution by coming up with one word that really keeps you intentional and focused on what you want to achieve in that season, in that semester, in that year, or whatever else you're doing. And so my team a few weeks ago got quarantined, and we were all sent home, and we always talk about doesn't matter, get better, find a way. And so I was trying to think of something that I could do with them over a Google Meet or a Zoom meeting to keep them engaged and focused and making progress. And so we did this one word challenge. And if you'll look right there, that's one of the words that boy chose. That's his word that he chose out of this activity. And when the video's over in the comments, I'll post a close-up view of those so you guys can kind of get an idea of what they did, and maybe it makes more sense to you. But what we did on the first day of quarantine was we got on a Zoom meeting at regular practice time, and I had the guys bring a pencil and paper. I believe it's important to write down everything. It helps bring out the deeper parts of what's in you, and not just what's on the surface. And I gave them 7 questions to ponder. And I told them I didn't want them writing down answers to these questions really quick while we were on the Zoom meeting. I wanted them to take time after we got off to get by themselves and to really dive deep into these questions. And the first question started with this. What is your focus? What's your goal for this season? Second question was, what's in your way? What are the obstacles? Third question was, what do you need more of? Fourth question was, what do you need less of? The fifth question was, what needs to change? What changes do you need to make to get to that goal? The sixth question was, what matters to you most in this season? And the last question kind of wraps them all up, and it just said, what is one word that will drive me to be the best to get to those goals that I have for this season? And I instructed them, again, not to do it right then, and to really take their time to dive deep and to write down the answers to those questions. And by the time they got to number 7, if they would go back and look at 1 through 6 and see what they had wrote down, that they would be able to come up with that one word that they could really zone in on, that every day they came into the soccer room, and every day they went out to train, that would keep them focused and pushing towards those goals that they want to achieve. And so we came back the next day, the second day of quarantine, and I went ahead and took the lead, and I shared my word first and how I came up with that and what it meant to me. And my assistant coaches went next. And then I asked the guys to begin to share their one word and how they came about it and what it meant to them, why they chose it. And it was really cool and empowering to hear the boys bring up words that some of them I didn't even know. I'd never even heard before, didn't know the meaning of them. But to give their why behind why they chose it. I could tell they really dove deep with it. I could tell they were really intentional with it. And I could tell that they were full of purpose in achieving the goals that we had set. And the things that we do within the culture of our locker room about doesn't matter, get better, find a way, that they were doing that. I mean, it was words like sedulous. And I was like, what? And so the kid was explaining how he is going through a lot of injury and health issues, and that he just wants to be able to possibly see the field and suit up. And that meant just overcoming everything that was in his way to get to where he wanted to be. And so it was just really cool to see them dive deep and to come up with those words. And again, it's something that is in their lockers. They're right there. They see them every single day. I make mention of it before we leave to go to the training field, out to the soccer field every day, to think about that word, to be focused, and to make sure we come back in better than when we went out. And it's just an activity, again, that I think that you can do with your team, of course, whatever sport that you're in. You could do this in your classroom with your students. You could do it with a staff or faculty for PD. You could do it at your workplace if you're not in education with your team. You could also do it at home with your family. And I think it's just a good way especially in the times that we're in right now with all the things that are so shaky and everyone's so unsure of even what's going to come tomorrow. That you just have one word and it's simple, so it's easy to do, that you can look to, that kind of keeps you refocused and reinvigorated and just going forward towards what you want to achieve. So again, at the end of the video, in the comments, I'll give you a close-up view of the words that are up there for each guy, and also I will post those 7 questions for you that we use during the activity. So maybe you can take it and tweak it and use it however you want to, with your team, with your class, with your group at work, or even your family. This will always also be on the Warriors on Purpose page, and it will also be on the Schools on Purpose group. So I'd love to have you guys part of that and following that too. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.